Hi and welcome to the EdTech District. In this video, I'll show you 6 ways you can use Google Apps to go on a virtual field trip without leaving your house or classroom. Let's get started. Number 1 is Google Maps, and after you have typed in your search term, it will beam you right to that location. You can change the map style by selecting Map or Satellite Imagery. Then there is an info pane on the left-hand side, which also gives you access to Streetview and videos. Let's take a look at the Streetview imagery. Some of the pictures are provided by Google and some are provided by third parties such as tourists. You can see the blue lines. Those are lines that you can basically virtually walk along, and you'll also see that there are some lines inside the building, which means that imagery and paths inside the building are available. Now this image in particular was provided by a tourist, and we just walk along. This one is now an official Google Street View image. You can pan, you can walk along, and you can explore this entire building on your own. If you're browsing the map, you can click on the Explore button in the bottom right-hand corner to get access to the Google Street View and Photosphere images. You can also grab that yellow stick figure and move it onto a blue path or blue circle to take it and yourself on a virtual field trip. Number 2 is the Street View app. It's similar to the website, as it also gives you access to photospheres and Street View imagery, which you can navigate through with your phone. However, the reason why I talk about it separately is that you can use a VR headset such as the Google Cardboard and a compatible phone to watch the imagery in VR. This makes you feel like you're actually walking around there yourself. Number 3 is Google Earth. It includes the features of Google Maps and Street View that I've shown you before, plus some extra features that are particularly great for exploring the planet, such as 3D buildings, as you can see here. And you can switch them on or off in the map style menu on the left-hand side. Also, you have the capability of viewing photospheres and Street View imagery. All you need to do, just like before, is you grab the stick figure and move it to where you want to go. Let's have a look at the Palace of Versailles one more time. We can click anywhere inside the image and we will go there right away. We could also use the arrows at the bottom. Great for education is the Voyager function, which features a wide range of guided tours and quizzes. If those are not enough for you, you or your students can also create your own based on what you're doing in class. So it starts off with editor's picks, which are specially featured editions. Then you have games, which is quizzes on various subjects, not just geography. You can look at some layers, for example, glacier coverage, snow coverage, hurricanes, earthquakes, and so on. And then there's some specially curated Street View galleries. For example, let's take a look at New Zealand. When we click on this, we will see the index, Discover New Zealand. And once you click on the first index card, which means the Sutherland Falls, it will bring you right into the Street View image that you can explore freely again. Once you're done exploring this area and you have read all the information, you can click on the next one and it will bring you to the next place, give you more information about that. Now, what's good about Google Earth is that it's not actually limited to Earth. We can also have a look at the International Space Station. No, let me rephrase that. Not just at the space station, we can go inside the space station. So there are several guided tours available. Let's have a look at the Columbus Research Laboratory. Just like on Earth, you can move around freely. You can use the arrow keys, you can use the arrow buttons on the bottom, or you can just click within the image. Apart from that, you can have a very special look back onto Earth. On the left-hand side, you will also find a button that says I'm feeling lucky, and this one will beam you to a random location on Earth. Now in this case, it looks like we're going to Russia. Let's have a look at this place. Finally, as I said before, you can create your own tours, and you can do that by clicking on Create a New Project, which will then be saved in your Google Drive. Number 4 is Google Arts and Culture. While its primary focus is on artwork, it does give you access to a range of amazing museums and other locations. Now let's search for the Palace of Versailles one more time. There's a special page available, and you can have a look at the artworks inside and also never before seen content. Let's have a look at the artworks up close first. So as I said before, Google Arts and Culture, as the name suggests, is primarily focused on artwork. And in this case, here you can have a look at all the ceilings in great detail. You can study every single brush stroke. Apart from that, as you can see, if you have Steam VR, then you can explore it in VR. And apart from Streetview, which only gives you imagery, Google Arts and Culture will also have some 3D models available that you can explore in great detail. So when you click on Virtual Tour, it will open a 3D model of the Hall of Mirrors. You can also see those image icons within the picture. If you click on them, you get more images and more information about these different items. Then by clicking on the Explore button, you will have access to Street View imagery, and this one is especially geared towards museums and culture. So you can see that there are tons of museums that you could visit right now. Number 5 is YouTube, and you can filter your search results by only including 360-degree videos. Once the video has loaded, you can see that your mouse pointer is changing to a hand, which means you can move around in the video. If you have a VR headset and a compatible phone, you can also watch these videos in VR. So it's a little bit different from Street View because now you also have sound. Number 6 is Google Expeditions. As the name suggests, there are tons of tours available in VR or AR depending on your electronic devices. Geography, science, biology, there is something for everyone. You can either explore items and locations on your own, or you can take your entire class on a guided tour. If you and your students have the devices connected to the same Wi-Fi access point, you can be the guide, while your students connect to your tour as explorers. Let's see what they have for the Palace of Versailles. So we can click on View, and just like in Streetview, we can move around, we can get information about the place, and then there are beginner, intermediate, and advanced questions that you might be asking your students. We can also view this in VR, and we can move around just by looking with our VR headset. So this is like being in the place with a group of students, and you can read what's written on the information panes, and your students basically virtually stand next to you, listen to you while you talk, and have a look at everything that's going on around them. You can see the little arrow that tells you where the next information pane is and where the students are supposed to look. That's all for now. Now go forth and explore. Thanks for watching.